Hi, everybody. This is Anthony Kelsenberg, and I just want to. Here are my picks for the Australian races Friday night. I know we're cooped up, and hopefully, I can use some of my experience to put you on some winners, maybe some value horses, and we'll go from there. So, hopefully, we can all have some fun Friday night. The track of note is Randwick. They are having basically some of their Breeders' Cup level races Friday night. They call it the Championship Series or the Championships. Race 1 has a post time of 9:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And the Australians run a really tight circuit, so all the tracks, the post times don't overlap. It's not like a Gulfstream Oaklawn situation. So, if you want to bet a race, make sure you get your bet in before post. My picks in race 1 are 4, 1, 7, 6. I think Damaged is very dangerous here. That's the number 4 horse. He's coming out of a maiden, but the time of that maiden was comparable to the maiden times that the two of the top Aussie horses in the last, say, 10 years put up when they broke their maiden at Warwick Farm. One of them is named Red Zell, who's earned about $13 million, and then of course Winks. She also was very fast, and she wound up earning $32 million in Australian dollars. And we know she didn't lose a lot of races. So I think Damaged, even though his speed figures may be not as good as the number 1 horse, I think he's going to move forward here and win. Rulership is a nice horse. If he gets the lead, he's going to be dangerous. If you want to play safe, I would box 1 and 4. And for the trifecta, number 7, Long Weekend, he hasn't raced yet, but in the trial, he almost beat Damaged. He only lost to him by a nose. So let's go 4, 1, 7, and for superfecta players, let's throw in the 6, Never, Never River. I got the impression he really didn't like the track that time. Maybe it'll be a little softer for him, and that might help. And he comes out of the same race as Damage, so maybe it might be a key race there. Maybe we can get some value. Race 2, actually I should say it's race 2A on the system. The A track is Randwick Friday night. Number 3, Reloaded, is dropping from grade 1 to grade 3 and has 3 speed figures over this race field, and is probably going to be the even money favorite. So I don't really see a lot of value in this race, but if you want to play doubles, from race 1 to race 2, I would single Reloaded in the back end of it. Maybe you can get some value in the double. Number 2 looks okay. The horse's name is Promotions, and is not nearly as good as Reloaded, but one thing I do like about it is Promotions has been in the money 8 out of 9 starts. So if you're looking for exact and trifecta horses under, probably is a safe bet. And for third place, I'm going to go with number 4, Kubrick, who used to be really good but has kind of fallen on hard times. And I'm hopeful that maybe with a barrier trial, maybe that'll wake it up a little bit. Sometimes you see that with Australian horses. So numbers for race 2A: 3 Reloaded, 2 Promotions, 4 Kubrick. Race 3A is basically an all-star race for horses that have raced at country tracks. And I don't like the post for number 6, Julian Rock, but it's post 16. But this horse really isn't a country horse. It's raced most of its career in Sydney, but the last race it won, and it was a country track race, and I think it qualified that horse for this race. So I'm going to put this one on top. You're probably going to get around 7-1 on her. The speed figures are the best in the race, and the horse's winning percentage is actually okay. 4 wins and 16 starts. So let's put the 6, Julian Rock, on top. Second, Bobbing appears to be very dangerous, and only lost its last race by a nose, and it's second up today. So I think it's a threat to the top pick, but also it drew wide. It's in post 17 right now, so we'll see how it works out, but maybe that's going to be the outside post exacta box, which you normally don't see in Australia. And my third pick, and I think this horse can also win, is number 8, El Mahaha, who's a son of El Mahar, so that's how they get that name. And this horse has been second 6 times in 18 starts, so it might be a really good horse to use under in the exacta. So the horses for the country championship final are 6, Julian Rock, number 1, Bobbing, and number 8, El Mahaha. Race 4A. This is a tough race, but I think there's a lot of value here because none of these horses have really established Group 3 form. I'm going to go with Parody on top. This horse appears to be getting better. And Danny O'Brien he tends to be really streaky as a trainer, and right now he's hot, and I'm going to try to ride Danny a little bit here and put Parody on top. Post 12 in a big field is okay, and the run to the first turn at Randwick in the 1.25-mile races is, should give this horse the opportunity to get in a position. Hugh Bowman, who many of you may know from the Winx era, he was the main rider on Winx, takes the mount. Second, I have Fascino, who may be off form, but if you go back a little bit earlier in last year, this horse was considered an up-and-comer, and if it can run back to its good races, it's going to be very competitive here. And the last one I have is Nimali, who's in post 15, but has won 3 of its last 4 races. So to review the numbers, 2 Parody, 1 Fascino, and number 9 Nimali. Race 5A is kind of a head scratcher, but if you notice, nobody's won their last race, and it's a 15-horse field. So I'm going to go with the lighter weighted horses here as my top 2 picks, and I'm going to go with Think It Over as my top pick. He really hasn't done a whole lot, but at least he's honest. He's been in the money 7 out of 12 starts, and on if it's a good surface, which is probably unlikely, but if it's a good surface, he's been in the money 5 out of 6. So let's go Think It Over on top. Number 11, Young Star, second. He has similar form to 14. Think It Over. So we got Young Star, number 11, in second. Mirage Dancer has to carry 6 more kilograms, which is roughly 13 pounds, more than the number 14 horse. So even though Mirage Dancer is probably better, he doesn't appear to be much better. So I think the weight is going to tell, especially at this marathon distance. And my last pick is number 7, Angel of Truth, who tends to show speed and fade, but Glenn Boss is a pretty good jockey over the years, and maybe he can get a trip with this one. So my numbers in 5A: 14, 11, 1, 7.